Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another Let's Get Organized video. So we haven't done one in a little while. I'll let the Christmas period get over and done with, and I definitely still need to organize my second wide Alex drawer, but right now I am on the path of organizing my dies. And I want to sort of go over my plan with you and maybe start a little bit, and there will be a part 2 to this for sure. Now, I got this idea for a couple of reasons, and then I got a wonderful idea from watching Scylla, the lovely Scylla, over on Choice Bits of Bliss. I'll put her channel down below, and I may even put the specific video that I'm referring to. It is a video where she is organizing her stamps. And that really clicked in my brain a couple of things, because she was saying in that video that really her stamps were organized. It's not that they weren't organized. My dies are organized, but they were not organized in the way that she thinks and uses her stamps. And that made a big light go off in my brain, because that is exactly my case. Now, a couple of years ago, and if you recall, I've mentioned this a few times on my channel, I do not have an electronic die cutting system like a Silhouette or a Cricut or anything like that. I also know myself, and I know that I would not use that type of system. That's like too techy for me, and that seems to be like a whole other hobby. So I started getting and building up a little bit of an inventory of dies that I could use as cut files, if that makes sense. So basically background dies, smaller scale, but that I could use behind photos, behind clusters, that kind of thing. Then I have also more recently bought some stitching cut files from the lovely Virginia over at Confessions of a Paper Addict that I can use as stitching templates on backgrounds. They don't, that's not involved in this kind of organization, but that is sort of the two ways that I get a cut file impression on my layouts. So that got me started to think, you know, I really should go through my dies and get all of those background ones to begin with, and sort of organize them as a category. And then I have a bunch of Stampin' Up! You can see them here, dies. This is full of dies. And a lot of these have stamp sets with them. And that also got me thinking that in some cases, these should be with the stamp, but some of the dies within them should be elsewhere, so that either I can access them more quickly, because I don't always think of the stamp and die set together. So that is sort of another idea where I say, you know, I think I have a die for that. Now, where is it? And I just rummage through everything. And then I have bought, over the latter part of last year, and I think I have one coming, a few of the Bramble Fox dies. They are amazing. I absolutely, and I know I've told you this before, I love them. They cut so well. They are definitely some of the best quality dies out there. But the fun thing with these dies is they come, which is just, you know, all that little attention to detail. They come already on a magnetic sheet and inside a lovely little plastic envelope. So they are so easy to find. So I put all of that together, Scylla's wonderful ideas, the fact that I wanted to get a lot of dies to use as backgrounds or in lieu of cut files, and how these dies came to me. So I went off to Amazon and I found, well, actually they look like they're pretty much the same or very, very similar. They're definitely the same size. I think these are 4 by 6. Are they 4 by 6? I believe they are 4 by 6 magnetic sheets that I got. And these have sticky on the back, so they're like a sticker. I'll come back to that in a moment. So I got a whole set of these. I think there are 30 or so in here, and they were quite inexpensive. And then as I was watching Scylla doing her stamping organization, she found on Amazon these lovely envelopes, and they are 5.75 by 7.5. So, and she's using them. She bought some acrylic as well, not acrylic, acetate, that she can reorganize her stamps on. But she was talking about these, and there's 100 in them. And I don't know, was it something like $16 or $17 Canadian? It was very reasonable. They're a little bit thinner than some of the big name ones out there, but they will definitely do the trick. So I have those. And I figure, you know, I can get some of these backgrounds on here and into these. Now, I just saw recently, Bramble Fox on the weekend, they had a live, and Morag and Nicola were talking about, they've got this lovely little sort of stencil book to store stencils. It would be good for this as well, but we'll see. So, that's one idea. So, I would get some of these lovely background dies on here and then into these envelopes so that I can access them and see them a lot quicker and easier. So a much better access. And then what I might also want to do, and we'll take this one as an example, I have this stamp set from Stampin' Up! At Fond of Autumn, and it has a die set with it. Now, I might want to, because these are sticky back, you see, I think I would actually maybe glue that in here so that I could get some of the dies on here. But before doing that, I want to have a look at them, because you see, here's an idea also. The other thing that I never think of using are my sort of sentiment stamps and dies that go with them. So I think I might want to organize that separately. So you see something like here, sending many thanks in this stamp set, I would use. Just a note I would use. But I'm so fond of you. So here's something that, it's not that I'm not fond of an awful lot of people, I am, but I don't see myself using, that's not a sentiment that I say or use. You know, I'll be talking to my nephews or family or whatever when we're talking, and I'll say I love you at the end of the conversation, or you know, when we're texting one another, or you know, that kind of thing. Thank you, I will use, but I'm so fond of you. That to me is like a little formal for my, so anyway, long story short, that's not something I would use. So already you see I could take that stamp away and maybe put, so I might do a phase 2 to this and get some of those acetate sheets and do a little bit of a giveaway. But you see here, sending many thanks, happy thoughts of you. Not sure I would use that either, but then this die, which is here, that I would definitely use, but I think I would want to put these together, so I might look at a different way of organizing that. But in the meantime, I have this big die, and then these 2 dies, and a few, you know, the acorn, the leaf, and the little floral. Now, I've picked one that's maybe a little bit too big, so I might have to go back and see if there are something like the size of these pockets in the magnet sheets to do that. But then what I would do is put this right here, because this stamp and this die I would not use unless I am using the stamp. So I think I would like to have it with it. Now this die, I have to actually see, well, I haven't used it yet. And you see, I bought this like last year at some point. So I need to get these things organized, and organized in a way that I'm going to want to dig them out and use them. So that is one idea. So some of the stamps and die sets together. So you see here now I have, so these are gorgeous the way they are. Now I have here, I've got some of my backgrounds that I use. Now you see this lovely chicken wire. You see here, this is a perfect example because it was just popped in here. And I saw this die being used by Ronnie Sue Scrapper here on YouTube, and I messaged her. I said, I need it. Anyway, she gave me a reference of where to find it. I found it. I ordered it. It came quickly. I used it 2 or 3 times. I popped it in here, and I didn't think to use it again. But this one, which is a lovely trellis, does it have anything else that goes with it? I really dislike all this tape that Stampin' Up! Puts on here to hold their dies. So I really do need to get rid of all of that. So this lovely trellis, I use it an awful lot. And I use it for, instead of a cut file. You've seen me use it very recently. The film strip I don't use near enough because I keep forgetting about it. Nicole Jones has some gorgeous film strip digiprints that I have and I've been using, and that reminded me that I did have a die that I need to use, and I think I have another one somewhere as well from Stampin' Up! As a background. And then when I found this film strip, I found this fun little die that I don't ever think of using. So you see, I could take, let me take one of these out now. And let's see, so my idea would be, and in this case, I'm not going to need, to stick them anywhere, so that's fine. So get that, and get the film strip on here. Okay, now you see that, okay, that won't fit, but at least I have those two, and I might find something else to sort of put there if I want, which would be a small background. You see, I need to go through all of these. Oh, and you see, I have these lovely little borders that would go, are they going to fit on there? Oh, not quite. So here we go. I definitely need to find a larger, these are 30, so I think I need to find, these are 4 by 6, so I need to find a little bit of a larger, maybe, 6 by, that fit in this envelope, so sort of 5.5 maybe by 7.5 or something like that, so I could use. But in the meantime, there you go. Now you see these two, these are backgrounds, they don't come from the same set, they have nothing to do, and I have them on here, and then I would just pop them in here, hold this over, and there we go, and put this in the front, and then I can see where all of my backgrounds are. So so really this one today is just sort of my thought process with you. If you have any ideas, definitely pop them down below. I'm going to get a few of these done and see if I can confirm my way of thinking to me, and then I will come back with a part 2 for you. But my initial thoughts are some of the stamp and die sets together in here, where I would glue on this side the die that I would only use with the stamp set, and then maybe move some of the other ones into a different category. The biggest category I think I want to make sure I do, and therefore that will be the first one that I do, is background dies, because I really, really want to see a lot more quickly where they all are so that I can use them in lieu of cut files. I've really been on sort of a kick of that lately, and I want to do that. And then I think I might want to do a little organization of word stamps with dies together as well. That would sort of be a third category that I would get to do. And then maybe just some big floral dies that I use only as dies. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. So there you go. Thank you for letting me talk this through with you and think this through with you. It's a little bit of a disorganized video, but there you go. First step into organizing my dies. Thank you, Scylla, for your lovely video that sort of sparked this for me. Thank you, Bramble Fox, for your awesome way of organizing and shipping the dies. That also gave me some ideas, as well as my own, of using dies instead of cut files. So I'll see you back in the next maybe week or so, I suppose, with a part 2 of this, and maybe a little bit more of an organized thought process. See you soon, my friends. Bye for now.